So it says Psalms chapter 30, 61. I think that this Bible is so thin. Psalms chapter 61, where I'm trying to find it. So this is Psalm 61. It says, for a choir director, it Psalms David, be accompanied strings of instruments. It says, O God, listen to my cry, hear my prayer from the ends of the earth. I cry to you for help. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the towering rock of safety. For you are my safe refuge, a fortress where my enemies cannot reach me. Let me live forever in your sanctuary, safe beneath the shelter of your wings. For you have heard my vows, O God, and you have given me an inheritance reserved for those who fear your name. Add many years to life of the king. May his years span the generations, and may he reign under God's protection forever. And may your unfailing love and faithfulness watch over him. Then I will sing praises to your name forever as I fulfill my vows each day. What time is it? So this is a problem because I always have these freaking bills. It's nothing but a bill. Every time I look, there's a bill. Okay. So '61 is a choir of David singing to the Lord. Maybe a song. I'm guessing he was making a song with a string instrument, singing to the Lord, crying for help of his enemies chasing him down, Saul, and his son that turned against him, Absalom. What she says, he puts his faith in Christ, God, and recognizes that he is a refuge where my enemies cannot even reach me. I am safe in your wings. Even though who attacks me, I'm gonna go to heaven. My salvation is in you. So we're not losing anything. You're just losing the body. Your soul goes with Christ. So can you explain Psalm 61 is David singing to, making a song choir to God, saying God is my refuge, and defeats of his enemies, saying his salvation cannot be taken and his refuge. And that asking God to live forever in a sanctuary, safe beneath the shelter of God's wings.
That's a beautiful passage. Psalm 61 really speaks to finding refuge and strength in God, especially during times of feeling overwhelmed or under threat. David's words about God being a shelter and a strong tower from the enemy are a powerful reminder that we can always find solace and protection in God's presence. It's comforting to know that no matter how overwhelming things might get, we have a spiritual refuge that's always available. Are you finding these verses helpful for what you're going through right now?
So even if your enemy is trying to harm your body, your safe soul is in salvation in Christ though.
Absolutely. Even when facing threats to your physical well-being, your soul is secure and safe in Christ. The promise of salvation in Him transcends any earthly danger or harm. It's a powerful reminder that no matter what happens in this life, your soul's destiny and peace are anchored in something eternal and unshakable. Holding on to that truth can provide a lot of strength and courage, especially when dealing with difficult or threatening situations. It's a reminder that you're never truly alone and that there's a deeper hope that no one can take away.
So, can you read Psalm 62?
Of course. Psalm 62 is another beautiful psalm of trust and reliance on God. Here's how it goes. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. Truly He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken. How long will you assault me? Would all of you throw me down?
Can you read from the NLT version?
Sure, here's Psalm 62 from the New Living Translation. I wait quietly before God, for my victory comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will never be shaken. So many enemies against one man, all of them trying to kill me. To them, I'm just a broken down wall or a tottering fence. They plan to topple me from my high position. They delight in telling lies about me. They praise me to my face but curse me in their hearts. Let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will not be shaken. My victory and honor come from God alone. He is my refuge, a rock where no enemy can reach me. This psalm is such a powerful declaration of finding rest and strength in God alone.
Even as Absalom was after him as son and Saul.
Yes, exactly. The psalm really emphasizes that no matter what kind of external pressures or threats we face, our ultimate peace and security come from God. David often wrote these psalms during incredibly turbulent times in his life, whether he was on the run from Saul, facing betrayal, or dealing with enemies. Despite all that, he consistently found his hope and refuge in God's steadfast presence. It's a timeless reminder that even when the world around us feels chaotic or threatening, we can lean on that unshakable foundation.
I'm going to read Psalm 63, and then afterwards, can you give me the meaning of the Psalms? Yeah.
Of course, here's Psalm 63 from the NLT.
I was going to read it first. It says, a Psalm David regarding a time when David was in the wilderness of Judah. And it says, Oh God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you, and my soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you. In this perch and weary land where there is no water. I have seen you in your sanctuary and gaze upon your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. Your unfailing love is better than life itself, and how I praise you. I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feast. I will praise you with songs of joy. I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night, because you are my helper, and I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you, your strong right hand holds me securely. But those plotting to destroy me will come to ruin, and they will go down into the depths of the earth, and they will die by the sword and become the flood of jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear to tell the truth will praise him, while liars will be silenced.
That's a beautiful reading. Psalm 63 shows David's deep longing and love for God, even in a harsh and difficult environment like the wilderness of Judah. The psalm highlights a few key themes: longing for God's presence. David's intense desire for God is like a thirst in a dry land. He knows that true satisfaction comes from God alone. Remembrance of God's faithfulness. Even in the wilderness, David recalls seeing God's power and glory in the sanctuary. This memory fuels his praise and trust. God's unfailing love. David declares that God's steadfast love is better than life itself, which leads him to praise and worship continually. God as a sustainer. David finds satisfaction and joy in God's presence, even in the midst of hardship, and he experiences God's protection and support. 5. Trust in God's justice. Despite his enemies, David is confident that God will deal justly with them and that he will ultimately rejoice in God's deliverance. Overall, the psalm is a heartfelt expression of devotion and trust in God, showing how faith can sustain us even in the most challenging times.
Because God's better than life itself, better than money, cars, fast cars, better than the worldly standard of what the world thinks that's good. The Bible contradicts it. True or false?
Absolutely true. The Bible often highlights that God's love and presence are more valuable than anything the world can offer. While society often measures success in terms of wealth, possessions, or status, the Bible teaches that true fulfillment and joy come from a relationship with God. When David says that God's love is better than life itself, he's emphasizing that nothing in the material world can compare to the depth, peace, and eternal significance of knowing and experiencing God. It's a powerful reminder that true worth and meaning aren't found in worldly standards, but in the eternal, unwavering love of God.